Hello everybody, it's Doom here, and yes, you have read the title of this video correctly, because we just got an absolute ton of Home Depot 2025 Halloween animatronic leaks. These photos were just leaked a couple hours ago from the Home Depot manager meeting, and I can already say that Home Depot this year is going to be pretty insane, to say the least. So without further ado, let's go check out all these new animatronics. Up first, as you can see here, we have the 4-foot crawling skeleton, and this guy is actually on a track, so he does actually crawl forward, and I believe his arms move too. It's not actually noticeable that there is a mechanism in the arms, and that is definitely a good thing. But yeah, although there's lots of interesting stuff ahead, I think this one actually still remains to be my favorite, just because of how cool it is. I mean, you've never seen a animatronic on a track before. Well, not in the retail space. And I'm also super glad that they did add like moss on there or like dead skin and stuff instead of just having a normal clean skeleton like we've seen with all the other giant groundbreaking skeletons. But this is basically Home Depot just making a better version of Rattles. Like all the companies last year and the year before were making versions of Rattles, and this is Home Depot just showing them how you actually do it, which is really good because this one just looks awesome. I'm still interested to see how long the track actually is and how fast he moves up it, and we'll probably not know that until we actually see him in a video, or how like much his arms move as well. But yeah, I really do hope this one comes to Canada because this would be a really cool one for our yard display for sure. Up in the corner here we have a pack reaper sort of guy. I mean, there's one of these every year from Home Depot basically, but yeah, this is just, you know, I doubt it's going to have much more movement than like a moving mouth and maybe like a waist movement or head movement or something like that. But yeah, it's basically just a cheaper alternative for people who aren't looking to spend a lot of money on a Halloween animatronic, and Pack just basically makes a different version of this each year. So yeah, nothing special here, so we'll move on to the next one. And as you can see over here, we have this grandpa skeleton sort of guy. I actually have no clue what this one is. He's wearing a top hat and a nice suit, but yeah, I don't know if this is supposed to be something in particular or just be some sort of like old skeleton ghost guy. I'm definitely getting like a haunted mansion theme vibe from this guy, but honestly I don't really like him that much. Probably not one I would consider getting, because he's just not that creepy and more cartoonish, I guess you could say. Now you can't see much of this one, but I believe this is a triple clown stack reskin, but instead of clowns it's zombies, which I'm not sure how that would work, because you don't see zombies in like any apocalypse movie climbing on top of each other, and not midget zombies too, but like yeah, this is just, I don't see this being too good or being used in that many themes just because it's cartoonish zombies sort of stuff. And yeah, I just don't see this one. The triple clown stack is definitely better, and I can't see why they would want to reskin that one to be anything other than clowns. Then over here we have another gravedigger with a bag, and this guy also has his foot on like a rock or something as well. Now I don't know what's up with this. We've had a gravedigger for like, I think this is the 3rd year in a row now from Home Depot. But yeah, I really don't know why they're just doing gravedigger after gravedigger and just changing it up a little bit. But yeah, I'm interested to see what they really changed about this one, because it's hard to see from this angle. Over here we have the zombie fisherman from last year, but more importantly we have this absolutely ginormous blow mold shark in the back here, which is just huge, like insane. I don't know how they're going to ship this out to people, because there's no way this box isn't bigger than the 12-foot skeletons, because like this is just huge. I think this is probably going to be around 6 feet tall, maybe even 7, which is just insane. If you told me we were going to get a life-size great white shark, I would definitely not believe you, but I mean, here are the images and I still can't believe my eyes. I mean, the detail on this thing just looks amazing, and like I just don't know how they're going to keep this affordable and not be in the pro realm of prices, because if you saw this at the Transworld show, it would be like $6, $7, maybe even $8,000. Well, it would also be fully latex, but this is plastic, so it can actually last better outside, of course. And yeah, I just don't know. This has got to be like up there in the $500-600 range, and that's even being cheap. I think for a lot of people with their displays, this wouldn't really be useful. This is very, very niche because it would have to be someone doing like a water theme or something. But also other things can use this, like aquariums could even buy this. So I think this, I mean, even just as a collector piece, this thing is just insane to have in your room or something. So yeah, I think this could definitely be more than just a Halloween decoration as well. Now here we have something just insane. This is an ogre, and an absolutely massive one for sure. This one, it looks a bit weird, I will not lie, just from this angle or maybe all angles. He's got that weird little belly thing too. Like, yeah, I'm not too sure about this one, but it does look coolish. I don't know, it doesn't look scary to me for sure. But yeah, it's got some pretty crazy scale to it, and it looks like it's going to be pretty high quality. I believe this is probably pack, just because it reminds me of the werewolf, just with the humongous blow molds everywhere. It looks very disproportionate, and I think that's one of the problems pack has with their props. They just don't look at their props like well enough, and they just come out looking just a little off always, or just disproportionate. Like the werewolf had that humongous neck, and the alligator's marsh monster just looked, well, yeah, you know what he looked like. But yeah, I love that pack is making these huge monsters, but they could just be a little bit better. They look so awesome, but they could just be tweaked in just the tiniest ways that can make them look infinitely better. That's just the thing. In the back here, we have the 15-foot scarecrow, and yeah, I didn't even have that high hopes for this one, and personally, I just do not like the look of this one. I think it has like a digital pumpkin-ish face on it, and it probably has like lights that move or something like that. But it just doesn't look my style. I just don't know. It's not my type of Halloween animatronic. It doesn't look scary, and in my opinion, it doesn't even look that cool, and looks like it could definitely get blown over by the wind pretty quickly. Over here we have this pumpkin ghoul kind of guy. He's got like lots and lots of teeth. He looks pretty cool, to be honest, but he just looks a lot cartoonish. I love the staff that he's holding, lots of detail there, lots of new molds and stuff, a big top hat, and yeah, he looks pretty cool. Hopefully, I think this guy's probably going to be in the like 150 to 200 range, not be that expensive, although he does look pretty tall. I think he's probably going to be like probably 8 feet tall at the top of the top hat, so maybe he'll be a bit more than $200 then, but he looks pretty cool. Probably mouth movement, or maybe like a drop down head or something like that, but I don't see how else it could move. Maybe a turning head is possible too, though. And now for the last photo of the manager meeting, we have this Jack Frost sort of guy. This is probably for Christmas, although it does look like it could be used for Halloween as well, just because it does have that more creepy side to it. Kind of looks like a pumpkin head as well. But yeah, it looks really cool. The bottom of it actually reminds me of like Mr. Punchy, so it could possibly have that sort of movement of like going around and around, and it would make a lot more sense than it did for Mr. Punchy. But yeah, this looks really, really cool. Lots of detail there, you can see. I'm gonna imagine this one's probably SVI. It could be pack as well, though. There's been a lot of pack props. Unfortunately, we haven't seen any of those really cool SVI props with like the blinking eyes, the servo heads, and the servo eyes that move around and stuff, because those are like some of my favorite props for sure, like Lethal Lily and the Chucky last year. We are getting another Chucky this year as well. It's just going to be a little bit different of a face sculpt. I did do a video on that earlier, but although we haven't seen anything like that this year, I think we're getting something much better, and I mean like 1,000 times better, because this is a skeleton animatronic that you can actually control on an app, and it's Bluetooth as well. And that is just insane, because this may be the most versatile prop in all of history, because you could just use it for so many different things, and I'd imagine you can program it in different ways, have it say different things, or even like create phrases that it would say. I know a lot of people used to like reprogram Grimm and stuff, and now Home Depot just made it a lot more accessible to be able to do that. As for the animation, I'm not exactly sure what it does. We haven't gotten that yet, but I'd imagine it's probably going to be very similar to like Grimm, with the mouth moving, the servo head moving, maybe an arm moves, maybe both of the arms move, and probably the waist moving as well. Although it might not be the waist moving, because I did take a close look and I didn't see any mechanism like there is with Grimm, but maybe they changed it up a bit. But yeah, he also has the digital eyes, which if I could have chosen, I would have definitely chosen to have like real eyes like Grimm does, just because they just look a lot better than the digital eyes. But still, I'm not complaining. We have a skeleton that you control with an app, which is just crazy. But yeah, I wasn't lying. Personally, I think this is the best animatronic in all of history. Depending on the price, but I think Home Depot will have good prices on this guy. I think it'll be under $350, which is a good deal for sure, I think, in my opinion. But yeah, he just looks, I'm just so excited to see what this one does. I'm blown away by this. And Home Depot definitely did a great job this year so far, and we haven't even seen everything. I believe there's going to be a lot more like there was last year as well. But anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and what are your thoughts on all of these new first 2025 Home Depot Halloween animatronic leaks? Make sure to tell me down in the comments below. And with that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Doom out.